Hey viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today let's fill out the DS-160 form for H4 dependent visa. I'll show in step-by-step procedure how to fill the DS-160 for H4 and H1 and H4, B1, B2 and F1 for all the type of visas. DS-160 will be similar. It's not that much difficult. There will be slight changes in the application, and that's all. If we have all the information with us, it is pretty easy to fill the DS-160 form. So let's open Google and give DS-160 India non-immigrant application, non-immigrant visa application. And for the vlog purpose, I have already created the document. I already filled the DS-160. So let's go ahead and retype an application. For an example, if someone is doing like fresh, they can select the country here, and they can enter the code as shown below, and they can click on the start application, and there you'll have the security question to log in. And I want to click on retrieve an application. So clicking on retrieve an application, so it will ask you your application ID. So when you click on the start application, so there you'll be seeing the application ID. You'll get the application ID. So as I already did the form, so this is my application form. Just I'm clicking on, and the surname, year of birth. These are the security questions. India. So retrieve the application. So let's go to the personal information. So this is the first form. So when you click on the get started, so you'll be able to see your application ID, and you have to give your surname and date of birth and a security question to come to the personal information. So once in the personal information, go ahead and give your surname. So here surname as I gave Somesh, and the given name is Vlogs in USA, and the full name in native language does not apply. Have you ever used any other professional names? No. Have you ever used telecode representative to your name? No. The male, marriage status, and the status will be married because I'm secondary applicant, right? So secondary applicant has a dependent visa, so it is married. Obviously it will be married because I'm the secondary applicant. And the date and place of the birth, go ahead and give the details. So for me it's Hyderabad, Telangana and India. So click on save. So always whenever you put some information on DS-160, always click on save and continue to the next page. In the next page, we'll be seeing the personal information too. In the personal information, you have to go ahead and give your nationality. So nationality. And if you are holding any other nationality, then click on yes, and you have to mention why. And if you are permanent resident other than your nationality, then you have to give that information there. And national identification does not apply for me. And US social security number. So US social security number, as currently when we are talking about H4 person, right? So H4 person is secondary applicant, right? It's not the primary. So if the secondary applicant like H4 person is having H4 EAD, then they will have a US social security number. If they're not having any EAD with them, so if they're only on dependent, then they will not have the US social security number. Then it will be does not apply for them and does not apply. Save. If someone is working on H4 EAD, then definitely they will have the social security number, and they can go ahead and give their social security number there. So when I click on the next, it's the travel document. The travel information we have to give. So purpose of the travel to United States. This is the temporary worker. Specify the category. So this is for H4 secondary applicant, right? So this will be spouse and H4. Whereas for primary, it will be the specialty occupation of H1B, and the surname of the primary applicant. So here, so primary applicant as in it may be your spouse. So we have to give the primary applicant name here. Let me give as Apple. California. So this will be the primary applicant name and given name and surname, and application or receipt by petition number. So meaning the primary applicant's petition number or the receipt number. So you can find the petition number on the primary applicant H1B approval notice, or else even the receipt number also work. Both the receipt number and even the petition number, both are same. So the petition number will be on approved H1B copy. So just you can go ahead and it starts with EAC, WAC, like that. So there are like 3-4 centers like California, Vermont and Texas. So go ahead and give your petition number here. Yours as in like the primary applicant petition number. We have to give the primary applicant petition number. So most of the people gets confusion here. What is the primary applicant information? So primary application information meaning the spouse details. Whoever is on primary, meaning the H1B visa. Whoever is on the H1B visa, you have to give their surname here. If that means your husband's or your wife, whoever is a primary holder visa, you have to give their details here and their petition number. So have you made specific travel plans? If yes, give yes. And for me, I'm just saying no. Intended date of travel, I'm giving 14th February 2021. And intended length of stay in United States. So for an example, when you check on your husband's, your spouse H1B copy, approved H1B copy, or yours H1B copy, yours H4 approval copy. So both time period will be same. Primary applicant and secondary applicant, which is H1B and H4 dependent, both the time period will be same, because H4 time period is validity based on the H1B. So either you can take your husband's or the spouse, whatever it may be. The duration will be the same for both of you guys. So just go ahead and let's assume it is for 3 years. So you have approval for 3 years and you already consumed like 6 months. Then still the remaining time period you have to give here. So for me, I'm going ahead and giving like 30 months here. The remaining time on my approval notice is 30 months. And address where you will stay in the United States. So this will be San Jose for me. So I already give the Manhattan. So let me go ahead and give some state name. Walnut Street. And give the details here and the person and entity paying for your trip. So here you have the options: US petitioner, other person, present employer, and etc. You are the dependent. So go ahead and do other person. So other person paying is your spouse. So the name whatever we give for the primary applicant above is Apple. California. So this is the primary applicant name and the telephone number, email, and the relationship. The relationship is like spouse here. Address is same. Save. Continue the application. So again, I'm stressing this point because many people will have the question at here. Principal applicant for H4 dependent visa, for them the principal applicant will be H1B person, which is the primary person. You have to give the primary holder surname, given name, and their petition number. So based on their H1B approval notice. Entity for paying your trip, again this is a primary holder, so we have to give the spouse details here. Next, travel companion. Are there any other person traveling with you? I said no. Save and continue the application. Next it goes to US previous travel. So have you ever been in the USA? So because as you are already in USA, we are applying this, we are filling out this DS-160 from United States already. So that meaning we are already in USA. So it is as, and provide the last 5 visits. So open your passport and you can check your, or else go to Google and give I-94 and give your passport information, first name, last name, and you can get your visiting history. So go ahead and give the details. So length of stay for me is like 12 months I stayed here. And if you hold the US visa, go ahead and give the info here. I said no. Have you ever been issued a US visa? Yes. And the date of last visa is issued. Please go ahead and give the date here. And the visa number. So this visa number will be on your previous visa towards the right corner, which is indicating with red color. So for now I gave 00. This will be 8-digit number. So are you applying for the same type of visa? Yes. Because you are while coming to USA, you came on H4, and this time also you are going for the extension. This is for H4 itself. There is no change in your visa. Are you applying in the same country and location? Yes. Have you ever been 10 printed? Yes. From 2008, all Indian passport holder Indian citizens. So if someone got a visa after 2008, that means they have already given the 10 print. So you have to click yes. So has your US visa has been lost? If your visa has been lost, then please go ahead and say yes. So I'm giving no. US visa cancel or revoke? No. Save and continue the application from here. Go ahead and give the address and phone number and etc. all the details here. The home address. Walnut Street, Manhattan, New York. So this is the address you have to give. The present address, the mailing address, both are same. And the primary phone number does not apply. Secondary and about phone number. Have you ever used any other phone numbers in the last 5 years? If you have used any other phone number in the last 5 years, then please go ahead and give those details here. So never lie in DS-160 form. Give your email ID. If you used any other email ID in the last 5 years, please go ahead and provide that information here. And even at the same like social media, if you're on the social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and etc. So please go ahead and give all the details here. So I gave the Twitter. And do you wish to provide the information about your presence on any other website of your application used within the last 5 years? So if you wanted to go, this is up to you. So for me, I'm giving like no. Continue the application. Next, the passport information. So the passport is a regular passport. Passport number or travel document number, both are same. Passport book number does not apply for Indian passport holder. This will be India. Where was the passport travel document issued? Hyderabad, Telangana, India. And the date of issued and expiry. So it is for 10 years. Have you ever lost your passport? Has been stolen. So if by any chance if you lost your passport, then give all the details here. For me, no. Just save and continue. I don't want to waste more time, so that was the reason. Just I already gave all the information here. So by that it helps to make the quick video, and it won't be bored for the viewers too. So contact person or organization in USA. So provide any contact person. So here I will say contact person in USA will be primary applicant, which is Apple. That's what my primary applicant name I used. California. This is the primary applicant name. You can give your spouse information here. So spouse information I'm giving as Apple, given name is a California, and the relationship will be spouse, and your state address. Please provide the US state address, and the phone number and the email ID. Save. Continue the application. Next, give the family details here. Family details give as a father, Kumar. Just I want to give an example, so just I'm giving as a father, Kumar. Mother name, just give us Mother Kumari. Date of birth don't know. So is your father is in US? No. Is your mother is in USA? No. Just I want to give some example names, so that was the reason I'm giving like this. So do you have any immediate relatives not including the parents in USA? Click yes and give your spouse name here. Primary applicant spouse, so we gave as Apple. So let me continue the same name. Spouse, relationship is spouse, and the relative status is non-immigrant. Save. Continue the application. So these are the details like father full name and date of birth and mother full name and date of birth. Please give the details as per their passport. If they don't have passport, please give their name as per your passport. So you might have your father and mother name on your passport. Please give the names based on your passport. And the immediate relative, we gave here spouse details. Continue next. So give spouse full name. California. Spouse date of birth. Spouse country and region, India. Hyderabad. City Hyderabad. Country India. Nationality Indian. Spouse address same as a mailing address. Save. So we should make sure there is no space. Save. Continue the application. Next, work and education training details. So here comes, like many people will have question here. The primary occupation will be homemaker. For example, if someone who has a H4 EAD and they're working, or else if someone has a previous work experience either back in India or any other country, just make sure give the proper information. As I'm applying for H4 DS-160, so I'm giving as homemaker. If you're having EAD and you're working, just go ahead and give computer science or engineering or whatever the domain suits for your profession, and give the experience, mention your experience details or engineering or something like that. So I'm giving a homemaker. So it's giving a homemaker. So just I'm continuing the application. So if someone, again I'm repeating the same thing, if someone is working, just play on H4 EADs, please mention your work experience there. Don't hide anything on DS-160. Where you previously employed, if you worked back in India or in any other country, then just mention yes and give the work experience there. Have you attended any education institutions at secondary level and above? It is like your board of secondary and bachelor's and etc. All the details you can give. For example, here I'm giving like no. Save and continue the application. I want to make this short video, so that's the reason just I'm making it very quick. I don't want you to feel bored while watching the vlog. Do you belong to any tribe? This is no. Languages you speak: English, Hindi and Telugu. Preferred language, if you want to give your interview based on the language whatever you are giving, so it may vary, so please go ahead and give appropriate. Don't feel shy and don't try to put English there. Go with your mother language if you're on H4 and dependent. Have you traveled to any other countries in the last 5 years? If yes, please mention yes and give the details. For me it is no. Have you ever belonged? No. Most of all these answers will be no for common people in ideal case. But please make sure read and give the detail and answer there. And next is security and background. So this is the part 1. In ideal scenario, all the part 1 also will be no, unless someone has drug addict or unless someone went to jail or someone participated in any other malpractices or something like that. For them it will be yes. But for ideal people who didn't do any mistakes, for them it will be no itself. And let's go to part 3. And even in part 3 also it is no, 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 no. No. If you check this one, have you ever been removed or deported from any other country? This is also a very rare scenario, but a couple of years back we heard like many students who got deported from port of entry. So in such a case they has to put yes and they have to give the reason there. Save and go to the next page. This is part 5. All answers will be no. And next is review. So here comes, still you have one more option to go ahead and check about your application. Make sure all the details, and this is the review part, make sure all the details whatever you gave here are correct based on your passport and based on your primary applicant approval notice and based on your information whatever you are giving. Make sure all the information you are giving is right. Never and ever lie in DS-160. So that may affect during your visa interview. Go ahead and check all the details once again. This is US contact. So it is going like one by one, step by step. So each tab. So now it came to family details. Next it goes to work education details. And next background. So whatever we have given just back. So it's just like verification purpose. We are going ahead and reviewing whatever we gave. So location where you will be submitting your application is the current location will be Hyderabad, India. So this is where I am submitting my DS-160. Next is click and sign the document. Read. And did anyone assist you in filling out the application? If someone assisted, then please go ahead and say yes. If not, click on no. Enter your passport document number. Let's say your passport document number here. Sign and submit the application. If you click, this is a sample document for the vlog purpose I'm showing. So I don't want to sign and submit the application and I don't want to waste that application number. So I'm not signing and submitting here. You can sign and submit the application here. Once you submit the application, you cannot make any changes in your DS-160. So make sure thoroughly. So you're giving all the proper information and cross check, double check, just make sure everything is correct, then submit the application. So once you submit the application, before submitting you will be able to see the option to download the DS-160 form, or else you can download to your local machine, or else you can send it to your email ID. Make sure you're getting that information for sure. So because that is main reason. The main reason of getting the document is like you fill DS-160 today, and probably let's say after a couple weeks, probably after 4-5 months or whenever you get the slot, so you'll be going for the interview, and during that time you may forget so whatever the information you have put in your DS-160. Like for an example, let's say that your education details, or else your work experience or the job duties whatever you have given, so you may give something now and later on you may forget. So always I recommend you to download the PDF document for the DS-160, whatever you are submitting, download, then click and then submit. Then that's all, your DS-160 is submitted, and you cannot change anything on your DS-160 application once you submit. So after that, then you have to go ahead and give all the details, and whenever you wanted to file your whenever you wanted to book the slot for the appointment, then that is a different story. So I'll try to explain about how to get the appointment for the visa. That probably I'll try to do in the next vlog. So for this for this particular vlog, I just covered H4 visa for DS-160, filling out for H4 visa. So I hope everyone like this video, and I hope this video is helpful for the people who are for whom it was difficult to fill their DS-160 on their own. So I'm assuming this will help them out. And thank you guys. Thanks for watching out my vlog.